very easily recognizable topic, as you can see, is the stress. So it's all about arresting not anybody but your stress, and then busting. Not managing self. And it's not our money, it's not our property. So we shouldn't manage. Just arrest and bust. My slide is giving you some ideas. What does it do? The United Nations report said 5 years back, the biggest killer is not heart, not cancer, not diabetes, stress. So it's the biggest killer. Why? It takes away the enthusiasm from your life, kills your peace of mind, kills your positivity, creativity, immunity. So if you're a stressed out person, you can't be a good painter, or a cameraman, or an actor, or a singer, or a speaker, right? So we have to address this. How do we do that? I'll take help of many people say, I don't have any stress other than just 2 times. One is in the daytime, and the other is at the night time. Otherwise, I don't have any stress at all. So let's see, gentlemen, where do we go about finding the truth of whether we have or we don't have. So here is a small list for you, which I would like for all of you to pay the attention. Do you have frequent headaches? So I am not a doctor, let me tell you. I am not a doctor, I am just a simple person, a woman who has something to say and to share. So if you are somebody from a medical line, you will be easily able to relate with it, but still, to have a headache, you don't have to be a doctor or engineer. So if you have, say, frequent headaches, if you have a short memory, yes, we are too dependent on our iPhones and Android phones. But do you remember, just a few years ago, we remembered at least 20 phone numbers in our head. Now if your phone is lost, you can't even ring up your own mom, what to say to call your anybody lovable. Do you get irritated easily? Do you get engrossed in thinking? Sorry. Do you bite your nails, tap your foot, and scratch your head if there is some difficult situation? Do you talk compulsively? You can't stop talking. Somebody has to say, please excuse me, listen to me. And if that's the attitude in Punjabi, we say, tenu ki, te mainu ki, meaning what's to you, what's to me, so let me live my life. If that's your signature statement all the time, let's be honest and be truthful to ourselves. If these are the symptoms if you have, then you do have stress. If your answer is all about what I have said, then the first thing which we need is to accept that yes, I have it, because that will open up a door for us to think about what can we do to change from being a stressful person to be a calm and a peaceful person. Again, some symptoms which I would like to add upon. 1, breathing problems. Now you might wonder, I don't have, say, asthma, so why would I have a breathing problem? But have you ever observed that at certain time, when people are sitting alone or talking to a friend or being in a meeting, they are inhaling and exhaling, although it is an involuntary action of a body to breathe. But yet, in a moment, in a while, they take a sigh, a gasp of breath. If that is happening, that is called infrequent breathing. Tensed muscles and insensitivity towards body, mind, and breath. It's the obscure attention, and one thing which is very common, that their eyeballs will be doing the dance, meaning they can't keep their eyeball fixed at one point. I'm not saying that you should always stare, but if you have a stress, your eyeballs would be moving from left to right, because your mind is jumping from left to right, meaning from one object, subject to another, to another. It dulls your senses. Have you ever wondered why the road accidents are happening? 1, somebody is honking, we are not listening. 2, somebody is giving signal, I am turning, we are not seeing. We can't see, although we have eyes, we can't hear, we have the ears, because our stress is taking away our competence to use our senses properly. So the slow responses are going to be there. Again, the headaches, the irregular blood pressure, shooting up and down. Somebody says a good word, calm. Somebody says, what are you doing? That is enough to pump up your BP, which gives you more tiredness because your heart has to function more. That's why there is the palpitation, the thumping which you feel in your chest as if your heart is going to come out of your mouth. Tremors in the body and the involuntary movements of the limbs. And sometimes when the stress goes overboard, you find it difficult even to breathe, to take a simple breath. That's why people say, I want to go out and take fresh air. I can't breathe here. So that hurts alone. And some of my pictures are giving the pictorial format to what the stress will do to you and how would you look if it is happening. Moving on, this is a comprehensive list of symptoms which I am presenting to all of you so that you can have a better understanding. The first thing which impairs is your cognitive abilities, meaning low concentration and memory, and worrying and having a pessimistic attitude all the time. Let me say, बारिश इतनी ज़्यादा क्यों हो रही है? बारिश होती क्यों नहीं? Why people are talking too loud? Why aren't people talking? So if you have that pessimistic attitude, it would be there in whatever situation it might be. It affects your emotional symptoms, so it gives you moodiness, meaning it gives you irritability and short temper. It doesn't matter what your external situations are, because you have a short fuse, so that you are cranking up any time and every time. You don't need a reason if you have that stress. Feeling overwhelmed a lot. See, I have been meeting and talking to people since the age of 16 while I was doing my college. And what I have observed is that most of the times, people don't have the ability to deal with their own emotions. So they cry quickly, laugh quickly, and go into sadness and pensive moods too quickly. One remark, one glance, one bad or good compliment is enough to change the body chemistry totally. Sense of loneliness and isolation. Again, meeting hundreds of people and talking to them in person. They have good house, wife, children, job, money, whatever. Yet they have this deep sense of nobody understands me. Nobody really cares for me. That sense of loneliness and that sense of this color of depression also begins to come if the stress is going to be too overboard. Moving on to the physical symptoms. Our Ayurvedic concept has only been talking about that if your mind is too tense, you will have diarrhea. Sitting with the students, they know it. When it is the time of exams, many have fever, and many have loose motions, and many can't sleep, and many are going to just forget sitting in the examination hall from where to begin and what to write. Well, I knew the answer, they will say when they come out of the hall, but inside they go blank. This diarrhea and constipation is the physical manifestation of the stress which runs in our mind. Nausea, dizziness, chest pain, rapid heartbeat. What it changes is your behavior, meaning eating, sleeping too much. If you're too stressed, then food becomes your good time. So you begin to eat too much, or you lose your hunger, and even if you are taken to the best buffet, I'm not interested to eat. So either the person will go too big in the size, or the person would be having the disease like bulimia. So many famous people had it, and you must know about them. So what usually people do is, if you are stressed, okay, have a cigarette or drug. Let's go into that portion. The effects, I'll take you little bit into that diagram. There up in the brain is the hypothalamus, which I call the master computer of your body. When the stress hits, it attacks the hypothalamus and then it develops a glitch. It's not your computer which has a glitch. Your brain too will have a glitch. And then that glitch can lead to cerebral stroke, heart attack, kidney failure, blood pressure rises so high that the blood vessels can burst. That is the acute form which can happen. Why? The reason is the thalamus will work on the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve will disturb the rhythm of the heart. That will disturb the adrenal glands. That will give you a huge chemical surge called cortisol. And there are some other chemicals which I lead you slowly towards that. Then, the hypothalamus affects your pituitary gland. It's a very small pea-sized gland, very important one. It affects that. It stimulates the adrenal gland and it releases the stress hormones. Now, our body is a perfect chemical factory. When you say, I'm happy, it is just a hormone. When you say, I'm too sad, it's again just a hormone. And if we don't know how to manage our chemistry of the body, see, we are so interested to have good chemistry with the boy or the girl, with the teacher or a friend, but we have totally forgotten that we have forgotten how to have a good relationship with my own body. So we are screwing our own brain, pushing up so much of stress. Thus, the body is producing so much of harmful hormones which can work to produce one, adrenaline, gives you fight or flight, right? The surge of energy in your muscles, either to run or to fight with some person. It gives you norepinephrine, which shifts the blood flow away from the vital areas. And the third is the cortisol. The cortisol is going to affect so much so that it goes into the bloodstream, affects your heart, affects your kidneys, affects your lungs, affects your breathing, affects your vagus nerve, and affects, I can say, the total body gets affected by this one bad guy, which I would call the cortisol. Now it doesn't matter whether you are religious, non-religious, believer, non-believer, rich, poor. You have stress, you have this harmful thing running in your system. One thing which for many years, when I say many years, it goes into thousands of years. There is a record of at least 5,000 years, one method, Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra, it is an auto-suggestive methodology given to us. If that is used, just 30-minute practice, do it on your own. You don't need me also. You just need that one guided thing which takes you to the sheer relaxation, all the 6 levels, all the major 6 systems of your body would go into the sheer calm and the relaxful mode. And that's how you will be able to deal with the onslaught of stress. So please work more, make good money, have good education, have as many girlfriends as many you can manage, no problem. But learn to arrest and bust your stress. And you don't need some psychotherapist or a guru or a doctor. You can be your own doctor and you can be your own guru by doing it. And I hope that I have alarmed you enough and you can deal with the situation. And thank you so much.